Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Time Gal. This is Good Time Gal Food Blog, and today is April 17th. It is, you ready? National Animal Crackers Day. Yes, a lot of you are like, National Animal Crackers Day? Yes. For some of us, it brings back nostalgia. I don't know if you were excited as a kid when the circus would come to town and they would put up the flyer, and then that's when you would get to see the animal crackers, and then we would pretend that we had a circus with the animal crackers and we would dunk them in the milk. Yes, so much fun, so many memories. So that's what today is about. Today is about embracing the joy and nostalgia of what animal crackers do. The history of animal crackers is quite simple. They were made in the 1800s. It was a community building food for when the circus would come to town, and it was a way to entertain children as well as adults, and it has stuck. So that is the history of animal crackers. Now today, we're gonna make our own animal crackers, because why not? This is a fun, easy recipe. It's also kid friendly. So I think you guys are gonna really love it. This is on my blog, so if you're following, we're gonna do it exactly like it is on the blog to the T, okay? So you're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder. You're gonna need 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. You're gonna need half a cup of granulated sugar. You're gonna need a large egg. And the last but not least, you're gonna need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And that's it. So let's get started. First thing on our list is preheating the oven to 350, which we have done. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mix our dry ingredients. So that means in this bowl where we have the flour, we're going to add your baking soda, and then your salt. And then you just whisk it nicely. And then we're gonna set it aside. And now in another bowl, which is this one, I'm gonna add my sugar and my butter. And I wanna make sure when I do this that it comes out as a creamy consistency. Now that we've done that, now that we've got it creamy, we're gonna add our egg and our vanilla. Now the next step, since we've creamed our butter and our sugar, we've added the vanilla, we've added the egg. Now we are going to slowly add the flour because we want it to have a fluffy texture. So I'm just gonna add a scoop at a time, and then I'm gonna beat it. And I'm beating it on low. Beat it on low. know it's getting harder. So now my job is going to speed it up a little bit. Okay. And this is our consistency. So it's fluffy dough. We did really well. So for the next step, you just need your countertop and some flour. Because now we're gonna roll out this wonderful dough. See, I told you it's super easy. This is when you get your kids involved. I mean, you can get them involved in the mixing part, but you can also get them involved in the shapes part. Now, you can go to Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, wherever, and get animal-shaped cookie cutters. I decided to use letters because I thought it would be funner. Especially if you have preschool-aged kids, you can have them spell out circus, zoo. You can have them spell out tiger, lion. You see where I'm going with that? So not only is it fun, food is fun for them, but also it helps with their literacy, because I know we have a literacy problem in our country. And I know a lot of parents love to see their kids reading. So this is always really fun. Or you could do where half is animals and half is letters and then have them spell out. Yeah, it's always fun. Always. And as you can see, he is a nice dough. We have worked hard on this dough. So what I like to do is I like to cover my dough in flour before I begin, because once you start rolling out, these part could end up sticking, right? And I don't want that. I don't want any of that. And then of course your roller, always add flour to it so then it doesn't stick to that. But you just start out just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here so I can flatten it out. All right, you only want it about 1/4 of an inch thick. You don't want it super thick and you don't want it super thin, because then the cookies will burn, right? You want them evenly consistent and distributed, so that way they look like they do. So now there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just gonna start adding. And I'm gonna add it to my lovely baking sheet. So I have all these letters. I'm just going to and it's just easy work. And that's what we like at Good Time Girl, right? This is equitable. It's easy in the summertime. If you're on a budget, if you notice, we only use like 5 ingredients. So if you're on a budget, you still want to make your kids happy or the neighborhood kids happy, this is a really great way to do it without feeling guilty. A lot of us really want to do things in these economic hard times, but we feel like we're helpless. But cooking is one of those things where if you keep doing it, you get more confidence. And not only that, people love when you do something like cooking because it's from your heart, especially kids. It's hands-on and you're paying attention to them, right? Kids love that. You know, when I was a young mom, my kids are in their 20s now, but when I was a young mom, I used to be so worried about, you know, am I a good mom? What would my kids think? So sometimes I would sit my kids down and I would, you know, say, what do you like the most about mom? Like, what do you like that we do together? And I thought for sure I was gonna get, you know, I like when you buy me things. I like when we go places. Like, I thought for sure that was something they were gonna say. And my daughter said, I like when I'm sick and you watch TV with me and you cook me food. And my son said, I just like when we spend time together. And that really helped me as a mom put in perspective, like, what I needed to do with my kids, right? And that was, I just need to be there with them and I just need to spend more time with them. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying is ask your kids what they want to do. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to be really shocked that all they want to do is hang out with you. Whether that's watching TV, whether that's going outside, they just want to be in your presence because you're their favorite person, even if it doesn't seem like it, but you are. That is something that I learned. So I've just kind of let that be how my life is. If my kids want to be around me, I love it. If they don't, I love that too, right? We've got some animal shapes. We've got letters. We've got little medallions. Now our cookies are cut out and they look very fun. So these are gonna go in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. And remember, I'm working with a gas stove, so I will check at 8 minutes. If you're working with an electric stove and it's new, always gauge it early, okay? See you then. Our timer went off and our first batch of animal cookies are out. This is how they turned out. Now, some of them were thin, not gonna lie. Like the Z, he looks good, but when you turn him back, so for me, this is not good. But for the most part, our little dinosaur, he turned out. Our aardvark, yeah. So this is super fun. So I'm just gonna put this in a dish. These are my little medallions, because sometimes you just want to eat some cookies. I'm gonna put my animals in second. These are my animals. Mm. Mm-hmm. A cat. It was an S, but it broke because it's so fat. And of course a Y. Let me see if I can spell circus. C. I-R. C. U. I did. Hey, hey. Yep. We did it. I am so proud of you. You have made animal crackers for National Animal Cracker Day. Give yourself a pat on the back. Pat on the back. From my kitchen to yours, happy National Animal Cracker Day. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and making these delicious, equitable, and affordable animal cracker treats. Happy National Animal Cracker Day. Who knew this day would be so fun and full of nostalgia and sweetness? If you've enjoyed this video and all my others, please feel free to check out my cookbook, Good Time Gal Cookbook, which is available in my channel description, as well as Amazon, TikTok, and other platforms. Thanks so much for stopping by. Happy cooking.